How has 2025 been for you as an agent as well as an owner of a company, Prime
So
Capital?
2025 was, they'll start reading some reports. Someone will say, oh, no, the market is going to crash, this, that, and they start panicking. Nobody who's making a report is standing at a developer's office to buy the unit. So with all due respect, they really don't know what the situation is.
Do you think there is a correlation with supply and demand for this market to govern?
Dubai as a place is destination for a lot of people to spend.
Can I still double my money if I invested in an off-plan project? And you still think that the opportunity is there in apartments in that sector as well?
One thing which I feel is that people need to be careful about is the demand in Dubai has changed. From an appreciation point of view, there's a limit to what a studio or a one bed can appreciate. If I'm the landlord and my intention is not to sell, I'm going to reject that offer. Rules, regulations are there, but still, people find ways to keep fake listings. No matter which region opens up what, Dubai is now 20 years ahead of them.
Correct.
Dubai today as a market has matured. It's seen multiple cycles. It has seen ups and downs.
Okay. What about North America? For example, if somebody had invested in Palm Jumeirah or Bennett, what do you think as an investor? Would you invest there? If you've ever wondered if Dubai real estate is still worth investing in or you've already missed the boat, this video is for you. Hi, this is Simran Sethi. I'm a partner at Real Estate and a certified realtor connecting global buyers to strategic and high earning potential opportunities in Dubai real estate. Welcome to the first episode of Dubai Real Estate Hotseat, where we explore if Dubai real estate investment is right for you, put it right under the spotlight, and help you make the informed decisions. Joining me today is somebody whose journey I truly respect and I have personally learned from him. He has been in the market for about 20 years and real estate is in his blood. He has helped this industry shape and investors have trusted him with his portfolios for a very long time. If you like this video and it helped you gain some insights, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share and follow us on different platforms. It really helps us to impart this knowledge to everybody. Let's welcome Mr. Tahir Majithia with us. He's been in Dubai for over 20 years now, in and out, and in real estate as well. So just to tell us a little bit about yourself.
So first of all, thank you for inviting me on this podcast, Simran. And I'm Tahir Majithia. I'm a real estate, you can say advisor, expert, whatever. Been doing real estate for a long time, originally from India, Bombay. And been here, over a decade. And coming to Dubai since 2005, visiting in and out, always fell in love, eventually moved over here. I used to do real estate back in India and now over here. I run a company, Prime Capital Real Estate, and been doing real estate, this is something which I know.
And you do developments as well, right?
I mean, we do assist a lot of developers and we do development advisory and, some smaller villas and stuff like that we do ourselves also. And I mean, real estate has always been something which I was very interested from a very young age, so that's what I've been doing.
Because it's in your blood at the end of the day.
That's what I've been doing.
So we'll just jump right into it. Sure. How has 2025 been for you as an agent as well as an owner of a company, Prime Capital?
As a company, 2025 was really great for us as a year. Obviously, it was one of our best years. As it was for the entire market. And so 2025 was really great, much better than 2024. Obviously, also the reason because we expanded as a company, from being a small company to a mid-sized company today. So that was also one reason. But in general, the markets were also supporting and that's how we grew. So 2025 was, pretty good. No complaints.
But if you look at the transactions, we did 761 billion in 2024 and 681 in 2025. So the activity is...
Look, activity-wise, transactions might be slower. But in general, I think markets were pretty good. I feel, maybe the volume overall might be less, which I don't expect that it will keep on rising. It has to somewhere, kind of balance out also. Not every year can keep on, going higher and higher. There need to be some years which are stable, and so I think 2025 in sync for that. I mean, it was better than what I honestly expected.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So because you thought it's a sign of mature market?
It was a mature market. I thought maybe 2025 might be slightly slower, but didn't really turn out that way.
Okay. And what do you feel about 2026 as an investor yourself? Are you investing right now?
Yes. I mean, as an investor, yes, we are still investing, but we are being very cautious on where we put our money.
Okay.
Being very selective, not trying to just, go with the hype, and which we've always kind of avoided. And still, I think there are great opportunities to be grabbed. And I think 2026 will see a lot of good opportunities in the resale market, where a lot of people who've actually bought in 23, 24 and don't have the patience to wait till handover, or probably don't have the financial capacity to wait till handover. I think there we'll see a lot of opportunities where people can grab, some good deals, at better prices.
So you're saying people who bought during the hype, agents who sold during the hype and everything, these people might want to get out earlier than expected because...
100%. Okay. Because what happens is a lot of people buy, when you're buying for a lot of people, fine, 3 years, 4 years, but a lot of people don't have the patience to wait for 4 years.
Yeah.
And they kind of start getting, worried about it.
Okay.
And this is more than a financial aspect. It's like, it gets into a lot of people's head that, they'll start reading some reports. Someone will say, no, the market is going to crash, this, that, and they start panicking. Now, when they start coming in that mode, what happens is they're like, okay, let me sell this.
Okay.
Once as an investment, you decide you want to sell it, then you don't want to put more money into it.
Right.
So a lot of people at that time, kind of come into the market to try and sell.
Okay.
Which is not the easiest to do.
Correct.
And that's where you find deals, because then they get frustrated saying it's not selling, so I might as well sell it at whatever I bought it at, 5% less, 10% less, whatever, So I think there's that opportunity where you get in and your wait time would be lesser, because maybe the property gets ready in a year, 2 years time, and you get a better deal. So this is what I am actually anticipating this year. These kind of deals will definitely come out in the market.
Interesting. But you do think there's a pool of buyers who are looking for it to grab because of the fact that there is those sort of news, that Fitch ratings, or we can name so many agencies.
I'll tell you what, these ratings, reports, all these things are made by people who are not on the ground.
True.
Okay? Nobody who's making a report is standing at a developer's office to buy the unit. So with all due respect, they really don't know what the situation is.
Right.
Okay. Data, everybody can study and analyze it sitting in an air-conditioned office and sitting somewhere in another part of the world and make a report saying the data suggests this. But you need to correlate that data with what is happening on site as well. Okay. Now, if you say that these many units are coming, I don't see that in 1 year so many units will get handed over, because that I don't think the capacity of all contractors in the country put together can build so many houses.
It's not realistically possible.
It's not realistically possible. Delays do happen, and it's a part of the industry worldwide, not just here, but anywhere in the world. This is very common. So that is number one. Second thing, we are in a place where the country is looking to attract population. They are welcoming people. They are actually creating incentives for people to come over here. So we are not in a place where people can't get visas, or there's a 6-month wait to apply for a visa. Nothing like that, right? If anybody wants to come to Dubai, it's the easiest. And so that is the reason the population is also growing. So somewhere it's going in sync. So I feel that is what a lot of people are panicking, listening, and end of the day, if they lose patience, right? Oh no. It's not like a stock where you can keep seeing every time.
True.
So that's the thing.
So do you think there is a correlation with supply and demand for this market to govern? I'm asking this because there has been comments about apartments being empty, while you and I know that's not the case, and we hunt for good apartments and villas for our clients. But the conversation that if you look at downtown, half of the building is empty, it's not lit up. So
see,
what
it's
do you
not
think about
lit up
that?
is not the way to judge that it's an empty apartment or what. It could be empty, but it could be someone's holiday home who's kept it as a holiday home, who uses 3 months in a year, 1 year in, 1 month in a year, or 5 months in a year. That's their choice, right? What does occupancy level mean? If that apartment, if say for example a person has bought an apartment in downtown, he's kept it as a holiday home, he uses 3 months in a year or 4 months in a year, rest of the time either he could put it on Airbnb, but let's assume he decides he doesn't want to do that. He just wants to use it as his own private space. That apartment technically is an occupied apartment because that's not in the market available for rent, nor is it available for sale. So it's someone is using it. Okay, maybe it's not being used as throughout the year. But Dubai as a place is a place which is a destination for a lot of people to spend 6 months of the year over here, and probably the rest somewhere else, or they are in and out. So this is how Dubai as a city is. And so if you feel that people will be here and just travel during one particular holiday or something, it's not like that. Dubai is a global city and people travel very often over here. I think as compared to anywhere else in the world, the amount of travel you will see people living in Dubai taking, I don't think that's happening anywhere else.
So at the end of the day, investors do need to consider that the supply is also for the tourists who are coming here only for short-term rentals.
I mean, if you see, if we are growing the tourism numbers also, which the Dubai Tourism Authority is also wanting to grow tourism, and there's something or the other always keeps happening with regards to tourism, events, etc. So for these people coming in also, you need places for them to stay. They could be visitors, tourists, whatever, but you need places to stay. Now, obviously, Dubai has amazing hotels, but worldwide today, Airbnb, holiday homes have picked up a lot. And this is a trend where everybody wants to, stay in an Airbnb. There's still a segment of people who want to live in a hotel, and there's some people who are very comfortable living in an Airbnb. So you do need Airbnbs. Now, today, over time, if you see today, if you talk about oversupply, so if an area like downtown or Dubai Marina or JBR, JLT, what is the new supply coming in? Barely any new units, right? And same way with Palm Jumeirah, there might be few hundred units or 1,000 units coming in. But in general, these areas are all built. These are the main areas where people, when they want to come, they want to stay. So I don't see till the time people actually start moving out of Dubai or leaving Dubai, anything happening to the prices drastically.
Right. As long as the policies are the same, which government is going to keep the same.
That's
or
their
improve.
vision, They've said it in Vision 2040 that they want to, grow the population. There's the D33 agenda. They want, more business to happen. So I don't think that's happening.
Okay. And if I asked you, can I still double my money if I invested in an off-plan project in 2026? Can I double the money or the equity invested?
That depends where you put your money in. That's one thing. Second thing, also how long are we talking about?
4 to 5 years.
4 or 5 years, you could still look at, there are some projects where you would probably double your equity, invested. There is a possibility, and, that's something which also depends on what the person buys.
Of course, it's a calculative decision.
If it's a calculative decision backed with data, understanding that, okay, this is what we're taking, this is what thing, definitely they can.
And you still think that the opportunity is there in apartments in that sector as well, or just villas or townhouses?
No, there are opportunities in apartments as well.
Okay.
I think there's great opportunities in commercial spaces as well, which a lot of people are not realizing, and there's very limited supply. So there are opportunities.
If I talked about 3 opportunities, what would you give them? Give me 1 million, 3 million, and 5 million and above.
1 million, I would say some good projects in Dubai South.
Okay.
I think that's a great place right now to put your money in.
Okay.
You need to be a little selective, but I think in general, as an area, will come up really well. 3 million dirhams, I would look at a commercial office space. Okay. If I can get in, especially in an area like, say, Business Bay or something. That's definitely something good, new A-grade buildings, huge shortage. So that is the thing. And the third one you asked me was?
5 million.
5 million dirhams, I would definitely look at if I could get a townhouse somewhere, maybe the Valley, something like that. That would be an option. Or even any waterfront apartment like Maritime City. Rashid Yachts and Marina. These are places I feel once they are completely developed, prices will definitely change there.
Okay, so when we talk about Dubai South, let's say if I bought an apartment for $1 million dirhams, and I invested 500,000. When we talk about doubling or like will I be able to gain one?
Yeah, so you can definitely look at 1.2, 1.3 million. It's a selected good developer. Yeah. One thing which I feel is that people need to be careful about is going forward. Studios, one beds in general don't give you a big appreciation. So if I was to put my money today, I would definitely look at a 2-bed plus unit, irrespective of where I'm buying. Okay. Irrespective of where, unless it's a one-off project in, say, like a downtown or a marina, that's a different thing.
Niche.
Where there's still a studio will hold value. But if it's in an affordable area, I would look at a 2-bed plus, because with all this supply coming in, people saying these many number of units coming in. Last, when I was just going through some data, about 140,000 units are a mix of studios and 1-beds.
Right.
Okay. Rest are the bigger units. Now, what has happened is over the years, the demand in Dubai has changed. Today, the demands for the bigger units are far higher than these smaller units. And if you see this supply eventually, whenever it comes ready, then it's a lot of studios and 1-beds, but still less number of 2-beds and 3-beds and the bigger units. So if anybody is investing money today, I would look at the bigger units, because even from an appreciation point of view, there's a limit to what a studio or a 1-bed can appreciate, because these two are investor products. They're not really an end user product. I've never had a end user come to me say, "Listen, I want a studio to live in." Very rarely.
That happens,
but yes, a family comes and says, "I want a 2-bed to live in."
Right.
So that is a product where you should be putting your money in, even if you're going in an affordable area. I would say slightly extend your budget, but take a 2-bed, 3-bed. Those are the apartments once ready will have much higher demand and less supply.
So for capital appreciation, stick
100%.
to 2-beds, 3-beds, villas, townhouses. For rental yields, though, you can stick to
your rental yields is different. Yes.
Rental yield is a different game altogether. So we can stick to the studios and 1-beds there. Got it. I want to delve into the secondary market with you.
Yeah.
In terms of, I know your business relies a lot on secondary market transactions as well. And lately, what has been happening is the buyers have been coming to us, looking at certain listings and data from the XB Interact and saying, okay, XYZ sold at 2.5 million dirhams for 1-bed in this building. These are listed. Can we get it at 2.5 or 2.6? Because it's still a seller's market.
Yes.
But the seller, when you contact them, they're looking at 2.8, 2.9 without any comparables, and they're being almost unreasonable.
I mean, look, the first thing I would tell anybody looking at a secondary market property, first thing is don't go by the cheapest listing. Okay. Buyers, 99% of the time, they'll go online and put a filter low to high.
Low to high, yeah.
Now, that lowest property, in my experience, doesn't exist. Okay? Or unless the pictures are fake, it is something else totally. So, number one, don't go by the lowest property. You need to see what the transactions have happened. Compare that, okay, last apartment, same building, same size, sold for an X price. Based on that, if you're putting, assessing the property, it's fine. But if you just go and see the listing, that's it. Second thing, what is happening is there are a lot of people in the market today just testing the waters. Okay. A lot of landlords, they don't have the intention to sell. But at a lot of times what they do is, if, for example, let's say you as an agent, you were talking to them and say, okay, yeah, list my apartment. Okay, how much you want? 2.5 million. You've listed it. Now you got an offer for 2.5 million. If I'm the landlord and my intention is not to sell, I'm going to reject that offer.
Unless I give you
I can give you any reason. Oh no, one agent called me, is offering me 2.6.
Right.
Let's try for 2.7. Right. Now you're working on it, you're wasting. So the problem is that today the sellers are not even serious. Any transaction when we are doing, the first question I ask is the seller serious? Are you serious on selling? When the seller is telling me that, listen, okay, I want this amount for my property, I say, okay, if I gave you a check, will you sign at this price?
Right.
Or are you going to think? That's the first question, because this is the biggest problem. This is the biggest problem we're facing today in the market. Sellers backing out. Buyers are coming. Buyers are saying, okay, yes, we are ready to put in this, that. But end of the day, you go with the check, you're talking to the seller, and the seller saying, oh no, I got this offer. Even if he's not got it, stories are the same.
So they're just trying to see how much money they can.
Just trying, it's like, there are some people who just like, okay, listening that, they just kind of getting happiness in saying, I got this property for 1 today, someone's offering me 2, tomorrow 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, and that's it. They probably don't have the intention to sell
it. Okay.
So finding a serious seller is very important.
Right. Another problem that I'm facing personally is this happened this morning. A client is looking in Golfview's Emirates Living, offline resale, and he saw the listing 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, and he said, get me a unit at 1.75. I called the agent.
It's not available.
It's not available.
It's not available.
So why do agents list those properties?
Unfortunately, the sad reality is that no matter how much, rules, regulations are there, but still, people find ways to keep fake listings. Now, what is happening is a lot of times, these listings are just clickbaits where people can just make an inquiry, because let's say today a buyer is talking to you and you say, no, listen, you know what? The cheapest available is 1.9.
Correct.
And if, let's assume I'm the buyer, I might go and see another listing for 1.7 and call that agent. Now that agent knows that I'm the buyer. That's the only reason they keep these listings, and it's just clickbait.
And
very few people work with a very genuine, ethical way of putting a listing at a price which is genuine.
So dealing in secondary has become very.
It is becoming a nuisance. 100%.
The only thing I can tell you is I worked in Canada. What we would do is we'll meet the client. They'll sign a buyer representation agreement with us, and then we help them hunt the properties.
Yes.
Is that something here that we can do as an industry?
We could do that, but the thing is, again, the thing is Dubai is so diverse, the people from all around the world, and the thing is there's so many overseas buyers that to happen, I think it's in practicality kind of difficult. It might be there, not today. You also have an option of, listing a property exclusively and this thing. But then again, even after doing that, tomorrow, if, the seller still feels he wants to get out of the exclusivity, or it's again for a limited time. I've seen personally sellers, if they've got an offer, they waited just for the agreement to get over so the next day they can sign with someone else. So that also happens. So, look, there's little you can do to control things. End of the day, people are people. They're going to find some or the other way to, go around things. So, I would say, just build a relation and rapport with the buyer or seller in such a way that at least, you're secured.
Yeah. Let's see, we have a lot of Indian clients.
Yes.
And we want the best for our money. So we do shop around. It's human tendency. You and I probably do as well. So that's where the challenge comes in. Anyway, moving on. I did want to touch on Riyadh, Saudi, opening up the markets and making land freehold in certain areas. So I feel it's following the Dubai route in terms of opening the markets. What do you think as an investor? Would you invest there?
See, I haven't really studied the Riyadh market yet. But as an investor, I'll tell you what. One thing which is that Dubai is, no matter which region opens up what, Dubai is now 20 years ahead of them.
Correct.
Okay. And not just because of time, maybe they can catch up very quickly, do whatever. But in terms of the rules, regulations, things have matured over here, right? Maturity takes time. Maturity cannot come with money. Maturity cannot just come with, I've developed so much in a particular place. No, that comes over time. Dubai today as a market has matured. It's seen multiple cycles. It has seen ups and downs. It has learned its lessons. It has improved a lot and has become very investor friendly and very balanced in terms of protecting the investors' rights and, of things. So I think if anybody from overseas is investing, the first thing I would look at is the safety, right? Because you are not investing in a house next door.
Sure, correct.
That you're there and you know everything. You're investing in a market which is totally different. So the first thing is the safety, security. Second thing is, look, as the region grows, okay, there will be not just Riyadh, but I believe that in the next 10, 15 years, we'll see a lot of other Middle Eastern cities developing.
Opening up.
Okay. And I tell people that look at it as a way that you look at Europe. Now, in Europe, just because there is Paris as a city or, Milan or London or, any of these big cities, that doesn't mean the other cities don't work or they don't develop. All these cities, I think, developing will add to the entire region. Okay, like today, for example, let's not go far, but even Abu Dhabi developing is adding to Dubai. It's not taking anything away from Dubai. It's two different places, two different vibes, and it appeals to different audiences. So if today Riyadh also develops or other cities in the Middle East develop, I think that's going to be a great thing, because that will give people more
confidence
in the region. Okay, that'll give more confidence in the region, and it'll appeal to different audiences, I feel.
So if we talk about Abu Dhabi, since you touched upon it, Abu Dhabi versus Ras Al Khaimah / Marjan / Dubai. Are you still picking Dubai, or it's diversifying investors' portfolio?
I mean, I would definitely, my first pick is always Dubai.
Okay. Because?
Because, as I said, the market is way more matured, right? Exit in Dubai is way easier than any other place.
Okay.
Reason being, Dubai is a place, has branded itself as a global city today. You talk to anybody about Dubai, they know.
Yeah.
They still probably don't know Ras Al Khaimah. They still probably don't know Abu Dhabi. But Dubai, they know. You talk to anybody about Dubai, they know. So what happens is, when there is so much awareness about the place, it's easier. Second thing is, Dubai is very small, right? So it's got limited land bank. People say Dubai has a lot of land, but that's like highly mistaken fact. They're very small pockets now. I mean, okay, it still has land to develop for the next 20 years or so on. But as compared to, say, in Abu Dhabi, the land bank in Dubai is much smaller. Right. So I think sooner or later, we will see a huge shortage of land in Dubai, which eventually will take the prices even higher. Okay. Whereas with the other Emirates, they have land, so they can still develop a lot more. So, and plus the vibe is totally different. I mean, look, Abu Dhabi is beautiful, has amazing beaches, amazing museums. It's a different vibe altogether.
It's for families.
It's a more laid back, relaxed vibe. Dubai is more buzzing, so eventually it'll cater to different people. Audience. Like, see, today, someone who goes to, let's say, a US, right? Someone who wants to live in New York will live in New York, right? And someone who wants to go to Miami or some other state will go to some other place. So it's also about a person's preference and personal choice.
Right, but what do you think about the early movers advantage? For example, if somebody had invested in Palm Jumeirah when it was,
I mean, that definitely is there. But I think that still, with certain communities, you could get that early movers advantage. Even now, whether it's in Dubai or Abu Dhabi. But again, what has happened is overall, in general, costs have gone up. So even developers today launching cannot launch below a certain price, because their cost is also high.
Right.
Today, right from your land cost to development cost, everything is going up. So I don't expect prices to, I mean, developers coming in launching cheap.
Okay.
That's not happening. Like, even if you see Abu Dhabi, it's not that, apartments are getting launched there at 600, 700,000. No. Try and look for a one bed and you won't find anything less than 2-3 million.
For sure. Some places are more expensive than here, the waterfront, when I explored the market. And what about Marjan Island? Do you see an upside still there if we buy from developers directly, not off-plan resale?
See, I'll tell you, Marjan, somewhere I feel, yes, the Wynn opening is a great thing. Okay, it's going to add a lot to the place. But with all the supply coming in, and there are a lot of people, and I could be totally wrong on it, but I feel that my personal hesitation towards Marjan is only one thing, is that, when you talk about a casino destination, so the first thing comes to your mind is a Vegas, right? And if you talk about in Asia, it's Macau, okay? I personally, and I could be wrong, I have never met someone who told me that they went to Vegas or Macau and stayed in an Airbnb. Correct? I've never come across someone. They always come and talk about the hotels. That I stayed in this, Bellagio, MGM, Venetian, this. Now, my point is that Wynn opening is a great thing, but will that casino be enough to fill up all these apartments on Airbnb? Now, people going and living there long term, that could be a possibility, that people want a more calm, or they want to be
then
away.
They wouldn't go to Marjan to stay, no, for the
That's what
calm
my
vibe.
point is, that then that maybe someone likes that and wants to go. That's a different thing. But at the price point what it is selling today, I don't see that it's 30-40% cheaper than Dubai. If you want to find something today, say for example in Dubai Islands at 3,000 dirhams, you could find something on the water, 3,000, 3,200, good developer, good project,
sure.
and in the city. So that's what my understanding is. I feel that the prices are too high. I personally feel. Now again, I could be wrong. There's no this thing, but I feel yes. There's some projects in Marjan which are nice, which I feel will run well, or like giving an example, like say the address. Now the address coming up anywhere, Emaar as a developer will always make sure everything around it, at least within their compound, is done, and it will run on its own, and there'll be people who would want to come and stay there, and the experience. Same way there are some other hotels and all coming there, could be, but in general as an area, I don't know.
Like you said, the address. So I sold in that building, and it's amazing. But that was the opportunity then. I'm not seeing anything at the moment. That there's all this hype, and I have people asking. I'm like, I don't think I can sell you anything there at this price per square feet. That
there are very few projects which I feel are at a nice price.
Price per square feet.
Price per square foot wise, where I feel okay, they are fine. It's something which is worth looking into. But in general, if you ask me, it's a tough one.
It's a tough one. Yeah. And what do you feel about the development in Rack Central, Alhambra?
I mean, see, it's good, right? Okay. Rack Central and everything is good, but it has to come at a price. It has to come at a price, because if you price it the same as Dubai, then it has to have something which is a real big magnet for people to go there and do that. So that's the thing.
And we do have conversations around casino in Dubai. Have you heard anything?
Look, we keep hearing things, but I tell people the day it is officially announced, only take that news. Because I've heard a lot of news announcements happen, but things have not happened. So, don't go by that. I think whenever they want to announce, they'll officially announce it and make a big deal out of it. Because as a city, I think there's no other city in the world who knows how to market itself as Dubai does.
That's 100%. Yeah.
I mean, if anybody wants to learn marketing, they should learn from Dubai. The brand Dubai has been created because we all benefit out of it.
For
right?
Sure.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Another thing I would want to get into with you especially is because I know you work with a lot of smaller up and coming developers, but you do vet them. What has happened with us as a company is we've been very much focused on grade A developers, and anytime we've tried to go sideways, it has backfired. I sold something for 10 million dirhams, 3 townhouses, and this developer is a pretty renowned developer, not something just out of nowhere. And they are not able to develop that community anymore. Right. And my clients are not getting that. They're being offered something else entirely. They're asking for my commission back at the same time. So, and there are certain instances that have happened like that. How do you vet these developers and make sure that your clients are safe and you're safe at the same time?
So number one, see, we do work with a lot of private developers, but the first thing we see is who the developer is.
Okay.
Right? Just by someone saying, oh, it's a big group from here or there, that doesn't really make anything, doesn't prove anything. So number one is we make sure that we see what they've done in Dubai, okay, or in the region, if they've done anything, if they've executed anything. Second thing is we pay attention to the kind of layouts, the team they're using, because that also kind of tells you a bit about, are they trying to cut corners, or are they going in, no, they're spending money and, trying to make a good product. That, and then we also see the progress on site, what kind of payment plan, is it a very aggressive payment plan, not so aggressive, meet them a couple of times, understand. That's how we usually, go through the whole vetting process, that we feel that, yes, this developer is. Sometimes there are a lot of new developers who are locally present here, but in different businesses, they've come into development, and we know that, okay, they, for example, come from a contracting background, so they know the business at least, or they come from, let's say a building materials background or something. So we know, okay, they know what is to be done, how it is to be done, and you look at the floor plans, you look at what they're doing and the kind of team they're using. If we feel that, yes, we are comfortable, then we go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of the vetting process, it's just looking at it in its entirety.
That is, and then of course a lot of things when you meet,
Somebody,
the developers, that's the time you actually also come to know a
Okay.
lot. Yeah, what is going on behind the scenes, and then we take a call if it makes sense or no.
Okay. Do you also get into the finances?
To certain extent, yes, because we also keep an eye out or ears open that is the developer trying to sell something off escrow or trying to do things like that. And if we hear that they are trying to raise money from the market, this thing, then obviously we stay away from those kind of developers.
So escrow is something that you particularly
100%.
make sure that
100%.
all the money is being transferred into the
100%.
escrow account. Sometimes because the developers say, "Oh, it's not ready," can they transfer in the corporate account? So we don't allow that. Okay. Got it. Another thing I wanted to touch on is the money movement.
Yeah.
From post-COVID, basically, there's a lot of money that has been pumped into the economy, and it has a lot happened through cash as well. It has gotten harder now. What do you think has made that change? And
I mean, look, Dubai is going very strict on AML compliances.
Correct.
And I think this is the way forward. And we've been telling our, everybody that you need to be compliant if you want to do business here. It's not the Dubai back in, the early 2000s where anybody could do anything. Times have changed, place has changed. And, end of the day, we are now even a taxed nation. So things are changing. They're changing for the good, I feel, because because of these changes, a lot of big institutional investors are now looking at this place. And I think going forward, this is going to stop. And the only way is if you are remitting money through proper channels, that will always be safe and secured.
And what about the parallel economy that runs in India when you sell a property? You talk about circle rate and then they get the money and they want to repatriate it and they cannot. So how do you help these people?
I mean, the end of the day, anybody investing from India today, our main clear thing is do it officially, because it's become, people are getting notices from ED and, different authorities. The best thing is you do it officially. That's the only perfect way of doing it. Or someone from India becomes an NRI, then there are a lot of other, avenues for them. But otherwise, doing it officially is the only way I think people should look at it.
Okay. And if we talk about LRS scheme from India, it's only 250,000 USD that I can repatriate.
Correct.
So if somebody is looking to buy a property for much higher ticket size, how do they do that?
Then the only option is joint name, or then they do it under a company.
Okay. So how do they do it under a company?
I mean, then you open a company and, transfer funds. Again, in that also there are certain restrictions that you can not just buy property for buying and selling, if it's a development or something. So that's, again, there are certain challenges, but then there are certain way out that route also, which people utilize. But a lot of what we are seeing is a lot of Indians are setting up base over here. And also, at least making sure that one member of the family is an NRI, because then a lot of these things become
easier for them.
Yeah.
Okay. And if I talk about the nationalities, top 3 nationalities that are still investing in Dubai, what would you say?
I mean, Indians have always been, amongst the top investors in Dubai. The British are, again, amongst the top investors. And then we have, a lot of other, of lately we've seen, also, I mean, 2 years back, Russians also investing very aggressively, but they've been investors even before than the local Emiratis. And even Pakistanis. A lot of people from Pakistan also invest.
Okay, so top 3 is the Indian?
I would say India, British, and would be then either, I've not seen the last recent statistics, but would be, I think, most likely would be either local Emiratis or maybe the Saudis as well, because there's a lot of investment coming in.
Okay, what about North America?
Americans growing, but still not in the top 5.
Okay.
Yeah. We are seeing a lot of interest coming from US, Canada, still, but I don't think they're still in the top 5.
Yeah.
The thing is, this is what I've noticed with people in North America. For them, the moment you talk about property, the first thing comes to their mind is mortgage.
Leverage.
Right? Leverage. And here it's the other way around. Leverage comes last.
Yeah, that's the last thing.
EOI and the 20% down payment is first. So I think that's a big difference. So that is something which people are still not, I mean, a lot of inquiries have gone up, buying has gone up, but still not the way, like, for example, someone from a UK comes and buy.
Nice. Correct.
It's not that way.
Yeah, it simply, and the mortgage here, it is easier to get. It's not like you cannot get it.
It's not rocket science, or it's not there at all. It's not the case. But it's not like the US or Canada where, okay, you put down 5% down payment and
you can buy the property. Yeah. So their mindset is like that. How can I get 95% leverage? And then I try and explain to them, look at what's going on there when you bought with 5% leverage. True. This market is 100% cash rich and resilient, and that is the reason. There are not flippers who are just buying at 5 or 20%. True. They have cash in the market and skin in the game at the end of the day. Coming down to plots. I know you do, we did touch upon it when we were doing the introductions. You do develop land, small villas.
Yes.
If I had to buy, why would I be looking at somebody like you to buy villa instead of a master developer?
So see, what happens is custom built villas is a totally different market. Okay. Someone who wants a custom built villa doesn't want the normal villa which any big master developer is selling. So it's a market which you see that the most expensive houses which were sold in Dubai, especially villas, if you go and check, it was never by a master developer. Okay, in any area, whether it is Palm Jumeirah, whether it's Emirates Hills, Dubai Hills, wherever. Okay, so custom built homes is a totally different market, and it's appealing to someone who wants a house which is built differently. It's not like the same house looking in one community. So it appeals to a different market, and that's where the opportunity is. Where when you build something which is custom built, and if it turns out to be good, someone is willing to pay you top dollar for it, because that's the only one house. You're not competing with a 5-bedroom in one community where there are hundreds of the same unit.
So it's the exclusivity.
It's the exclusivity, it's the design, it's the build quality, and people are willing to pay for it.
Okay. And do you help people in refurbishing villas as well?
Yeah, so we do a complete solution end to end, whether when it comes to land, development, development advisory, whether they want to take up a refurbishment project, we give them a complete end to end solution on doing it.
Okay.
So, there's a lot of properties which now are old in Dubai. And, a lot of people have made amazing money by just, buying these old properties, renovating them, selling them.
Right. And if I asked you, would an investor be, if they have a good chunk of money, would they be investing in off-plan or doing a business like this?
Look, now this depends on person as well, right? Okay. Because if someone wants to get actively involved, it's a great business to come and do. Okay. But then there are some investors who say, listen, I'm not going to come there, do anything. I just want to invest and make money. Then you make your money work for you, So it's also on the person's, risk appetite, personal choice, and what they really want to do.
See, like you said, there is development advisory in place. Yes. And if somebody is just doing the work for them, they're just getting the money. I feel the project timeline is much shorter than
project timeline is, yes, definitely. It's a 1.5, 2 year timeline, say, if you're talking about a villa. But there what happens is then the person should understand that, it's not an off plan where, okay, payment will be 10% down, 10. This is, cash heavy business where upfront payment is required. But again, it pays you back. And the thing is, what happens is, it's not just what happens when you buy an off-plan property, you are buying it off-plan, you're waiting for 3, 4, 5 years, whatever time, waiting for it to get ready, and you're taking the appreciation out of it. Now, there are two appreciations. One is the appreciation, which is the hold. The 5-year hold, the prices have gone up and you're getting that much value for it. In custom build, what happens is you are creating value.
Correct.
Okay. You've got a piece of land. Now, based on what you build on it, you put a value to it. We've seen two places right next to each other. One villa not selling for 20 million and the other selling for 45 million, right? It's based on what they created. So that's where the value add comes in. So if someone understands real estate well, they would definitely, go in for this and buy, hold, and do it that way.
Yeah, I'm asking this because Dubai real estate has been so much advertised by all the developers.
Yes.
Every buyer comes in and is looking for hidden opportunities.
True.
So apart from custom built, I know there is commercial space that's a great option. But again, in commercial, we don't have a lot of off-plan options. There is very limited. So again, great market to invest in. Is there anything else that somebody can look at? A lot of Indian clients do ask for plots.
Plots is a great thing. Of course, prices in plots have gone up a lot in the last few years. But still, if someone has cash upfront, because plots are not on payment plan, you need to, complete the transaction in 30 to 60 days. If someone has the money, even today, if they buy plots and just hold on to it, they'll make very good money.
And what's the minimum ticket size to enter into
today?
plots?
A smallest plot today, you will not still get anything less than 4 million dirhams an average.
Are we talking about Jebel Ali Hills?
Jebel Ali Hills today. At least a minimum of 3.5, 4 million plus, your other fees. But I think it has great potential.
And you believe holding on to Jebel Ali plots will be...
Jebel Ali Hills, you can't go wrong with Sheikh Zayed Road. Yeah.
Okay, great. I want to switch to the other side. You are an owner of a brokerage company as well.
Yes.
What are the 3 things that you look at in brokers when you're hiring them?
One is obviously the confidence. Okay. Because sales is all about speaking confidently. If you can't speak confidently, you can't do anything. Okay. Second thing is how hungry they are. Okay. Because again, in sales, if you're not hungry, this is not a job which is 9 to 5 and you have these many things to do. No. This is like running your own business. So that is another thing which we definitely want. Anybody in our company coming in should be hungry, wants to achieve something, wants to do something. And the third thing is we try and see and gauge with our own experiences the integrity the person has. Because again, as a company, we don't want that today our clients feel they're not getting the right kind of service or the right advice. So that is something which we are very particular about. So we try and keep like-minded people in the company where, it's easy to gel along with all. And there's, no one trying to do things which are not really to be done.
I hear a lot of clients complaining on the calls that everybody's pushing off plan because you get paid more, but I'm looking for rental income. Why is your agent doing that?
Yeah.
Do you...
Look, for us, it's a very simple thing. We have always stuck to one thing that we never... So as a company, we've never been... I cannot say that this is my top developer where I sell the most. I sell a lot of developers. We sell based on what the client's requirement is. And we always look at what the client's need is. If the client's need is something ready, we'll find him ready. But if the client's need is offline, we'll give him offline. We do both equally. But it is not that, it's offline only. Because see, when there are 2 ways of things, right? One is an advisory approach and one is a selling approach. The selling approach is that this is the product, I have to sell this.
Right.
So if you as a client, you call me, I have to make sure I convince you that you buy this.
Correct.
Right? And some people are very successful in that. There's nothing wrong in it. And then the other approach is, if you as a client, you call me, I understand what you exactly need, what you want. And then I suggest that, listen, based on your requirement and need, I think you should be getting this.
Yes,
and these are the options which you should be looking at. So we follow the second approach. And that's where, that's where we've been successful. Because majority of the times our buyers, they tend to work exclusively with us just because of this reason, because we are not selling anything which is coming to our, any new launch and no, please take it. No, that's not the approach.
Yeah. We do follow the same approach, and at the same time, it is the client appreciates that when he's coming from 100%. The market, because he also talks to a few people and then comes back and is like, oh, this is like a breath of fresh air for me. So it does help. Coming down to clients, what should they be looking at when they're selecting advisors or brokers to work with?
I mean, they need to see number one, the agent is not really pushing you. Okay, because if it's the same thing, this is the last unit, this is the last thing, and book it now, that obviously is a red flag. Second thing, you need to understand and speak to the agent and see how well educated the agent is also on the market. Are they giving you just figures, or they are data backed figures with proof, with the information showing that, okay, look, this is it. That is the second thing. And you need to also, something which a lot of people don't do is take referrals of the agent. Okay. Some clients have asked me this, and I've happily shared a couple of my clients' numbers. I said, listen, go and speak to the client. How was the experience dealing with me? So as a buyer, if I'm working with someone, I would definitely ask, listen, okay, if you've catered to anybody, is it okay if I just have a word
with them?
Because sometimes, like for example, when you're hiring a person,
right?
The HR does try and reach out to the other company asking what's your feedback on this employee. Same way you can do that for an agent as well.
Yeah, that's an amazing tip actually, that you can know what actually happened with the investor.
And if the client says, okay, I mean, if the agent is not probably telling you or giving you any number, then it's
the answer.
You know the answer.
Run away from there. For sure. Amazing. Thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure,
Simran. It was nice seeing you. Thanks for the amazing insights. Thank you for staying tuned throughout the whole episode. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and share again. Also, if you would like to consult about Dubai real estate, please book a call in the link below. And if you would like me to host somebody specific, please drop the name in the comments. Thank you once again. See you in the next one.